Hello, 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 Geminis. Gotta just make sure what time we got here. Oh my gosh, this morning, I don't know about you guys, but are your weeks getting busier and busier? It just seems like it's just like you're on a merry-go-round and it's speeding up. Anyway, Geminis, how are you doing? For those that are you brand new, I'm Patty, and I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot. I also do intuitive coaching. The coaching is like a divine coaching. If you're going through struggles, problems, challenges in life, this is more of spiritual guidance coaching rather than secular. How to get through your problems, how to grow yourself, how to get to your purpose and calling. That's what that's about. I do also, as you can see down below, Get Balanced 2020 is about nutrition and fitness. It's also about your mindset. If you need coaching in how to transform your mindset to a more positive, successful. I want to say successful, not positive, because, it's just a way of thinking. It's just what did I hear it called now? It's mind space is what they're using nowadays. So where your mind space is. So if you're interested in that, or if you want one-on-one readings, please go ahead and look below. The websites are conjoined or put together, and so it doesn't matter which one you go to, you'll be brought to both of them. So I would hope that you would like to go there and check it out and see what's all there. I am probably in the future going to add some pouches for cards, maybe some sage, some frankincense, but not right now. I've got other things that got on the table, but that might come towards the end of the year. So, but I would love your requests. I would love your feedback, your comments on the website and my YouTube, because again, this has only been 6 months for me, and I love what I do and I'm growing. So this is really good. I just have fun doing it and helping you guys. Again, don't hesitate ever to send me an email, comment if you need help with anything. It's all free. Unless you want to do a one-on-one or like a one-on-one tarot reading. But if you have questions, please, 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 please ask me. All right. So let's get started. This is the 11th through the 17th. We're doing a reading for, wow, can't believe that we are just moving already through the month. We also have a new moon. Woo! New moon. Not going to talk about that today, though. Just going to stay focused on your reading. So the first card out I'm pulling is your current energy. The current energy for this week. The next card I am pulling is for the future energies for next week. And that's just sort of to give you some insight what might be coming. Now, it could change, and that's why I do my readings weekly, because it can change. Because if I give you a reading and you guys go, and the divine says, I want you to go this way, and you say, screw that, I'm going the other way, then the energies have to come back to the center, because that way is probably not your journey or your purpose or your calling. So you're going to end up coming back here and then following that way. So the energies change weekly. They even change hourly, minutely. Minutely? What is minutely? But they just continue to change. But it also is about your energies, your decisions and choices that you make that really make the changes. So that's why I do coaching, because it's all about your decisions, your choices, where they're based from, and where you're going with them. So look at what we have for the first energy out for this week. So I think, I love this author or this artist. She is Colette Baron-Reid. So this is her oracles. I'm going to read this one because I think risk is different probably than what she has to say. But this is the card out today for the week. Risk. Take a risk, or maybe don't take a risk. Take a wise risk. Take all depends, because it is the number 4, and 4 is about stability and numerology. So I'd like to see what she has to say about that. This deck was given to me for Christmas. My daughter, she just thinks, anyway, my life, if I could sit down and share my life with you a little bit, even just in the last year, it would blow your mind. So she's like all in for it. So the number 4 is about risk. Okay. So, Wait a minute. Why does that say the queen? Oh, 40. Excuse me. But that is still the number 4. I was like, that's the queen. I don't know the queen. But it still turns out to be number 4, being stable. So risk. The marker brings excitement to your path. You cannot know the outcome of the action you're being called to take until you do it. In this way, you're required to be blind in the forest for a time, risking all that you know and all you're required on your journey for a potential of something better. Perhaps the training you require demands faith in what you cannot experience with your 5 senses, but reliance on the 6th sense, your intuition, can provide you with another type of sight and aid you in your journey. It is very important questions can be answered. Is engaging in the situation worth the risk? Or does my inner sight tell me to wait until another opportunity comes? Am I willing to learn a lesson of defeat in surrender to the promise of the unknown potential? Pray for guidance as you ask for a sign. So again, risk is really, really huge. It depends on where you're taking that from. If you're taking it from spirit or if you're taking it from earth. You'll hear me talk about that, especially if you're new. And what I mean by earth is that everything around you can be taken away and everything is more material on earth. Whereas spiritual, this is your intuition. This is your guidance. This is spirit telling you, I am sending you on this journey. Just remember, the journey that you're on is not for you. It is for others, that you are the conduit for whatever gift or whatever talent, whatever skill you have. Every single one has a talent or a skill that the divine has you for, or it could even be your personality or your character to reach out to somebody who actually cares for you. Oh, okay. Sorry, I've been waiting for a phone call, and today is what, the 6th, and they're all talking about Pence and all this Trump and crap. This is earthly stuff. This is earthly stuff. I don't pay attention to that. So I mean, I do, but I don't. It's not important when it comes to passing on. It doesn't matter who's president or who's not, who's Senate, who's not. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But risk taking is really important for your journey. So the thing is, do you take a wise risk? How do you know if it's a wise risk? So this is your energy for this week. What risk are you going to take? What energy is it that you're going to put forth to be able to follow through on your journey? So this is about your journey. And here's the other thing, is that the energy towards the end of the week into the following week is the owl. Now, the owl is about deception and wisdom. That is big when that comes to your risk. When you take a risk, and somebody says, well, I never take risks. I'd rather not. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Well, if we don't take risks, and actually you take risks no matter what, you just don't realize it. When you make a decision that is out of your box, that's a decision. That's a risk. That's a type of a risk. If you go buy a house, if you go buy a car, that's a risk. You don't know who's had, especially a used car. You don't know who's owned that car. You don't know how it's going to run, how long it's going to last, or if you're going to drive it off and it's going to break down. That's a risk. A lot of people don't even realize that those are risks. But every day of your life, you take a risk. It's a choice or a decision that you make, either through spirit or through your own understanding and knowledge. So that's where the owl comes in, because it's through wisdom or deception. Because a lot of people, as in buying a car, why they have me using that scenario, I don't know. However, when you buy a car, they can screw you over big time. There could be a lot of deception. Oh yeah. In fact, let me share something with you. You know, everybody knows I do leather work. I'm a saddlesmith, leathersmith, right? Well, I have an affiliate that does car stuff, car upholstery and everything. And we were just talking yesterday, and he said, you know what? I sent him some business, and he says, you know what? People think, get really mad at me when they think they bought leather seats when they've been deceived and the leather is not real leather. It's actually vinyl. It's what he called bonded leather. So it looks like leather, but it's not. And so people get mad at him when he says, you know what, hey, this is not leather. You bought leather, but somebody deceived them into thinking they were getting leather. Now, if you don't work with leather, you may not even know it. It's because that fake leather can actually feel real, like pretty good leather. However, but if the person is not knowledgeable in it, then they're going to actually be deceived and bought a vinyl seat covering in a car rather than leather. These are things that we take risks on in trusting and trying to trust others. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we need to be listening to that intuition because that's the faith. That's what we should be believing in to help us not be deceived. If you look at this risk card, look at the very bottom. Do you see there's 3 arrows in there? There's many ways to go in your journey, but that straight arrow, that's your faith, that's your intuition. Are you going to take it? I don't know. All right. So let's see what's happening for you guys, Geminis, for the week. Huge, 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 right? Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Something has ended. So you have the world coming to you. You have this risk. You have this risk. You have something coming. Now, it's sometimes too, I just did, I don't know why the divine had me do a video on fear. If you haven't seen it yet, and I think the only way you're going to be able to see it, because it'll probably be hard to find on YouTube, you probably could type it in and say fear. However, it's on the how-tos of YouTube. How to face your fear, how to get through your fear and everything like that. And that's where risk comes in. Well, people don't want to take it because they're afraid that they might fail, which I don't use that word because that word is not real. It's a lesson. We learn lessons. But the other thing too is that we need to take a risk in order to move forward. Now, again, that risk has to come from spirit and intuition. And if you're hearing that you shouldn't be doing that, don't do that because something is coming to an end really quick for somebody. And so this is going to be an opportunity for this world to happen. So something is coming to an end really, really quick. Now, this could be something that you're working on, that you're finished in a good way. This could also mean that something finished in a bad way. And in a bad way, I mean something that you may look at as destructive or painful or hurtful or things like that. But that's part of your journey, learning through the pain and through the suffering. Otherwise, we would not know the joy and the reward on the other side. But something is real. And this is acknowledging that it is okay for this to end. So the number 3 is about acknowledgement, and it is time to really start thinking about the future. This is all about thinking about your future, where you're going, what you're doing. Somebody is actually not sure. And I apologize. My fingers are not dirty. I apologize. It's black dye. So I am clean. People will say, ooh, she has nasty nails. No, I'm working on a harness for a carriage. And so I've got black dye. So just so you know. But the 3 is about acknowledgement for your future. So what is going to happen is something's coming towards you. And you are going to have to take a risk. Something ended, and then there's a risk and an opportunity that is going to be open for you. I'm not sure what that is. That's up to you. But again, your wisdom, you follow with your intuition and your gut, because that's the wisdom of the spirit, divine, God, however you want to put it, saying, yes, this is what I want you to do to move forward to. If it's telling you, this doesn't feel right, it isn't. Don't do it. I can tell you story after story, witness after witness I'm just trying to find time to write my book. I just don't have time. And I really want to share these stories with you because they just not only would help me, but they helped. Now they're helping my daughter. She came to me yesterday and just was really something is turning around in her, and she's becoming more intuitive and also more empathic. So not empathetic, but empathic. So empath, and she doesn't really realize it. And I don't push her towards it because it needs to come naturally. Those awakenings need to come naturally. So if that's what you're doing for yours, don't push anybody into it. It has to be in their time because the divine knows when they're ready for certain things. All right. All right. So we have now see somebody's got some insight. Somebody's really got some insight. Somebody's paying attention to everything. Somebody knows this intuition. Somebody feels this faith. Somebody doesn't. Somebody doesn't. Somebody's actually fighting it. So there's an opportunity or something coming up that you're going to have to feel a little risk to it. Maybe not a lot. Like I said, maybe it's buying a car and you don't know if it's a good car or not. You're going to have to go with your gut and your intuition on that. It also, there is something that has caused pain, something that has caused hurt, something has caused that. But again, what's interesting is we're getting the opposites back to back. So we got hurt, pain, and then we have a harvest. We have the King of Pentacles, everything he has full of harvest. We've got the world. We've got then we've got letting go of something ending. Do you see how it works? That we have to have something end before we can have, and then we also have to have a little bit of hardship, because if it comes too easy, we get arrogant, we get complacent, we get, an attitude, we get those kind of things. So God humbles us to, so we can actually really enjoy the reward, and not only enjoy it, not flaunt it in somebody's face. So whatever this risk is coming up, he wants you to understand that there is, going to be a little bit of hardship to it. And there might be a little bit of a risk and a little scariness, a little bit of fear. But if you leap forward, the rewards are there. Because somebody lives out of fear. Fear is past. Fear is something that has happened in the past. So whatever that is for you this week, face that fear and ask yourself, is this real? Is it true? Is it a true fear, or is it something that was created out of a circumstance? Because as I was sharing with somebody yesterday, when you fear something, a lot of the times it's from when you're little. If something's happened to you or whatever, it's from your little. That little person, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, that little person is no longer alive, but you're keeping it alive. You're keeping that little girl or boy alive. You are allowing that little girl or boy alive to make your decisions and your choices. That little girl or boy has to grow up and realize, I will never allow that power to be taken away from me again. I will never allow that to happen because I am a grown adult. I make the decisions. I will protect that little girl, little boy, whoever it is. I don't know who this is for. I've got goosebumps. All right. So that's a thing that you really, really have to look at. What is it? Where is it? This fear is coming when you're wanting to take this risk. Again, you can be deceived by your own thoughts, your own thinking. You can be sabotaged by your own thoughts, your own thinking, not to take a risk. And that risk may be the best thing and the best opportunity for you in your journey, your purpose, and your calling. Stop fighting yourself. And the only way to stop doing that is to get some coaching, some counseling, whatever it is. But, you can start on your own. I did when I was going through my sexual abuse as a kid, from being a kid, I did get counseling. But then I went to coaching because I really didn't need that much. I just needed a support system. And that's what a coach is. A coach is a support system, somebody who's wise, who's been there, done that, and helps you get through that. And then you can take better risks. All right. All right. Yes. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10s. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Another 10. 10 of Pentacles. Oops. Well, we have the 10 of Swords. But where did it go? Well, maybe it was in the other reading. I apologize. But we have the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This risk has to do with something for your future for finance. Could be taking a risk. Maybe you have to buy a piece of equipment for something that you do. I don't know what they're called, cry cuts or something like that for art. My daughter was talking about one to help her make a little bit of money to do something else. But this is actually a really good thing for you guys. All right. Let me see what else he's got. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands. More struggling, more fighting with yourself. We have a Lover's card here at the end. Interesting. And the 8 of Wands. So what we have here is a change. Something is going to change if you take this risk. Now, you have to remember, not all risks are good risks. That's where wisdom and deceit have to be discerned. And that is why you need to really focus in on your intuition. You can ask everybody, oh yeah, do it. Well, it's not their money. It's not their journey to take that risk. So yeah, they're going to say, go ahead. Yeah. And some people that are really close to you, they may even say, no, I wouldn't do that. But that is actually the thing that you should be going to. That is why we don't ask humans, especially that aren't wise in that. Now, if there was wisdom here, as far as if I saw some teaching like the Hierophant, or if I saw the Emperor or something like that, then I would say, yeah, there's somebody here that you need to go lean on. There's not. So lean on the vine and say, you know what? Follow my gut, follow my instincts, follow my intuition. All right. So I'm going to ask and clarify with the Lovers before we go, Gemini, because they did pop up at the end. So I'd like to see what's going on with the Lovers. Yeah, somebody is coming towards you. Okay. So somebody's coming towards you, maybe from work, maybe someplace where you, it could be school, could be work. This person could be, I feel like it's a masculine energy coming towards a female energy or feminine energy, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is that it has to do with work or something to do with money or a project or something of that nature. They're coming to you. They're very light. They're very hearted. They're very honest. And they're very good. But the thing is, you've got to focus in on, they may have, this could be your energy or theirs. Now, they could be going through something where they're just trying to get through something, and they're more focused on that, and the timing might be slightly off, so don't be impatient. Let the divine put the timing in there. Or this is you, that you are thinking about something, and that you're really just not ready to turn around and think about the positive quite yet. Do not go into a relationship if you're going through an issue or problem, because that doesn't bring the good energies in that need to be in there for a new relationship. If you're going through a problem, a challenge, or something like that, just go into it as friends for right now. But the thing is, new people that we want to attract do not want to hear all the low vibrational stuff. They need the high vibrational. So it's not a time to go into a date or a lover's situation right at this point, because whatever you're going through, you need to work through this, because it's ending, something's ending. Get that over before you move into a relationship, because you just don't want to take the risk of this beautiful new relationship and throw it down the toilet because you're going through in something, and then that's all you talk about, because that will scare them away 100%. Nobody wants to hear that. All right. So Geminis, this has been your reading. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't have any other announcements for this week. I do just have to say there's no dailies right now. And don't forget about the fear video. If you are fearing about taking risks or things like that, please watch it. It's educational for you to learn how to face your fears and conquer them. And another thing too, don't forget about the website if you would like to book a reading or a coaching session. But if you'd like to go to the website, I'd love to have your feedback. I'm trying to make it easier for everybody, so I put them together. And hopefully that will help people be able to reach my videos more easily. I'm just really struggling with YouTube and the category thing. I'm 6 months in and I'm still like, am I in the right categories? You know, when we do our back studio stuff, where I put them, I'm still learning. So hopefully this will, I would love your feedback and comments though, to where that's going. Please listen to your gut. Take the risk if the divine is telling you to, but don't if the divine is not, because something may be not off, something may be right, not, deceiving. Somebody could be lying. So be really, really careful. And if you're going in to buy something, and they're pressuring you to buy it, well, it's going to be the last day. Well, okay, then let it be the last day. If you're not feeling like, let it go, because if the divine wants you to have it, it'll still be there. Or if it sells, it'll come back to you saying, hey, they backed out of the deal or whatever. Because a lot of people tell you a lot of crap. Let me tell you, I'm in business. I own a business, so I know how the system works. You guys do too. But I'm a lot older than you guys, so I know how all the games work in sales and marketing. So take care, you guys. We'll see you next week. Be safe, be healthy. Make sure you live in love and truth. Take care, guys. Love you guys. Bye, Gemini.